Alright, this is method number 2 for percentage equations with of and is. And all you have to do is remember this for the next method. Of, we use as multiply, is equals. So if there's a number in front, you put number in front of the of, we put multiplication, and then is, you put an equal sign. Okay, of does not always mean multiplication, but for these equations it does. So when you're given an equation like this, it says what number is 20% of 40. We put x for what number, is equals, change the percent to a decimal, put a multiplication for of, and then the last number. And that allows you to solve that equation. So let's try some. We have x is 0.15 times 30. Okay, so we bring up the calculator, and we go 0.15 times 30, 4.5. That's it. Let's try another one. What percent? So we put x times 34 is for equals 22. And this gives us this equation, 34x. Remember, it's commutative, so we're going to multiply it, 34 x's. So we divide by 34, plug it in the calculator, 22 divided by 34, and it's 0.647. Double check that. Yes. Now, this is a decimal, and it wants to know what percent, so we have to now convert it into a percentage. So we move it over 2, and that gives us 64.7%. That is the answer. So what percent of 34 is 22? 64.7. So 22 is 64.7% of 34. Alright, so next one, convert it to a decimal. Of is multiply. What number? That's x is 22. So this gives us 0.10x equals 22. Divide. (22) divided by 0.1 is 220. And just remember, on this one, we're converting our decimal percents into decimals. So if you get an answer that wants the percent, you must convert it back into a percent. Alright, so these are the 3 different equations we're going to run into, because you only have a part, a percent, and a base on every single word problem. So, well, for these type anyways. So here's 5 problems for you to try. After you hit pause, you try them, and then when you unpause the video, the answers will appear. Hit pause now. Alright, and there are all of the answers. If you got stumped on the last one, because that's why it's there, it's a little tricky. 66 2/3%, so you can use what we did for converting fractions to decimals, right up here, or percents into a fraction. So if you take a fractional percent, change it to an improper, and then put 2 zeros on the bottom, it allows you to create a fraction right there. So 66 2/3%, this is the same as 200 over 3%, and then we just go 200 over 300, and that gives us 2/3. Right. Thank you.